What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and today we have a box of Code of the Duelist to open for you guys. My friend Ricky gave this to me just the other day, and I'm pretty excited to open it because Code of the Duelist was a hugely influential set in Yu-Gi-Oh! This was a big deal. This was the first core set with Link monsters, so before this set, the only Link monsters we had were Decode Talker, Honeybot, and Link Spider. Now, Decode Talker was pretty good for its time, and Link Spider obviously became a lot better as the years went on, but Honeybot was pretty unexciting. This set was really when Konami gave us a ton of great Link monsters. Obviously, people remember Firewall Dragon. It is the cover card of the set, and also it's the best card in the box, but there are plenty of other great cards that were released in Code of the Duelist. Hopefully, we can pull some of those in today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe for more content, but without further ado, let's take a look at what's inside. Code of the Duelist is a set that I opened a lot of. I remember opening a bunch of sneak peek packs for this set way back in 2017, and yeah, I opened a lot of it past that as well. This was a pretty big set for Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, whenever you think of these first core sets with the new mechanics, you're always going to be looking at sets that have a huge impact on the game. We're talking Duelist Genesis with Synchros, we're talking Generation Force with Xyz monsters, and even Duelist Alliance with Pendulums. Now, maybe Duelist Alliance, the Pendulums in there weren't as influential as the other cards. Things like Shadalls and BA and Satellar Knights were a lot better than any of the Pendulums in that set, but it was still a pretty big set. Is this an Ultra? That's great. Punishment Dragon. So one of the new archetypes in here, well, not really new, but we have the Twilight Swarms in this pack. Back to the Front was also a card that saw play in a lot of decks. I guess we'll separate the rares as well. But there are tons of good cards in here. You have the World Chalice cards, for example. You have the early Trickstar cards, for example. So this definitely was a pretty big set. Bookie Trap, that is a great card. Not really, but the artwork's funny. We have FA Circuit Grand Prix, that's pretty cool. Jack Wyvern, Defense Zone, and Goku Rematch. So you have some of the earliest Gokis in this set, Goku Rematch being one of those. I believe Suprex, nice, we got Risk Scorpio as well. We're pulling a lot of Gokis here, but nice FA Hang on Mock. There's so much to talk about, but Gokis would not become a good deck for a while, but obviously later on in 2018, Gokis would be a very competitive deck. I believe that FA Hang on Mock is ruining Duel Links right now. The last time that I saw, not entirely sure if that's the case anymore, but I know like a week or two ago, a lot of people were posting videos with that card, but in the TCG, not that great. But I played it, it was pretty cool. We have Vendread, that was a world premiere archetype in the set, Cracking Dragon. That's pretty interesting. We have Trickstar Lilybell, so you got some Trickstars, but yeah, Samurai Skull, great card in Duel Links, never really saw play in the TCG, but you did have that Vendread archetype. This was the first set that we saw those in, and I was so hyped for them. Man, I thought they were going to be so awesome. Turns out, though, they never really got any better. I mean, they did get more support as time went on, but the support was not nearly as impressive as what I thought it could be, because I really thought that they had a ton of potential. I thought they were going to get like a new ritual and ritual spell in every single set for a year. That's not exactly what happened. We have another Boogie Trap here, Jane Twilightsworn General, one of the Twilight Swarms. We have, okay, that's actually one of the better secret rares in the set. We have Topologic Bomber Dragon. Wow, that is a good pull. This card's still pretty interesting. It's kind of like a dark hole a bunch of times, but this card's pretty cool. This is definitely one of the better secret rares in the set, right up there with Firewall Dragon. Great secret rare, though. We have World Legacy Discovery, Orbital Hydrolander. Oh my gosh, I love this card. I had so much fun in 2018 playing Hydrolander Burning Abyss. That was one of my favorite YCSs. That was YCS Pasadena. Such a cool deck. Hydrolander is just such a cool card. Really sucks that Sekka's Light is limited, because that was definitely a card that worked quite well with your Hydrolander. Traptrix Mantis is obviously pretty good right now. This set was released quite a while before Traptrix Sarah was released, but as soon as that card made its way into the TCG, Mantis became a lot better. World Legacy Landmark Zombina, Vendread Revenants, and Trickstar Light Stage. There we go. That's a good ultra rare. This card is still limited. That's crazy to think about. Every time I make a banless prediction video, people say, put Light Stage to 2 or 3 or whatever, and I can see where people are coming from, because Trickstars are pretty bad nowadays with only one copy of Light Stage. But on the other hand, Reincarnation is a pretty annoying card to play against. So I can see why Konami wants to restrict that engine. And the Corbane or whatever, Corbane, I don't know how you pronounce that card. That card makes Trickstars a very splashable engine. I actually thought this Motivating Captain could have been good. I mean, in the past it would have been a lot better, but it's just like a free special summon for a level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. But even by 2017, I think we were kind of past those types of cards being good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, yeah, we pulled the Goku Twist Cobra, a card that was played in every single Goku deck, just as an extra name. We have Trickstar Lycris, cool, so we're pulling all of the Trickstar support there. Be cool to pull a Candina as well. We have Recall, funny card. Going through here. FA Hang On Mock once again. So the world premieres in this set, you know, not that exciting as far as the themes go. Vendreads and FAs were not very competitive when this set was released, and honestly, they were never really competitive even afterwards, but they were pretty cool. Vendread Hound Horde, I believe this was the sneak peek promo, if I remember correctly. You could get that as an ultra rare as the sneak peek. I should mention the Treasure Panda. I know this card has a huge following online. Never really been a super competitive card, but it certainly is a funny card, and I've seen some pretty crazy combos with it once it actually gets going. But yeah, not the greatest card in the world, but still pretty cool. Okay, we have World Legacy's Heart, Jack Wyvern, the Ascended of Thunder, which was played a year later in the early builds of Thunder Dragons that actually topped an event. Break Off Trap Hole, interesting Trap Hole card. Twilight Eraser, I don't remember that card at all. Twilight Cloth, Hackworm, Revendread Origin, and Perry Knights. Perry Knights, that is some interesting artwork on that card. Okay, it'd be really cool to pull a Firewall Dragon, by the way, because obviously that card is unbanned. Yes, it has an errata, so it's a lot worse, but it still is a pretty cool card. And we have Ib, the World Chalice Priestess. Believe it or not, this card was played for a while just for those link arrows. It was pretty easy to summon. It just takes 2 monsters with different types and attributes, and a lot of decks that wanted those link arrows would play that card. Jane again, Launcher Commander, World Legacy's Heart, World Chalice Guard Dragon for another ultra rare here. Very important card in the World Chalice deck. World Legacy Discovery. That is a deck that's been pretty crazy at different points in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Never truly like a tier 1 deck, but it can do some pretty scary things. It would be able to summon like Gamma Seal with a million counters. It could abuse Brilliant Fusion a bunch. It was a pretty crazy deck. I have definitely lost that deck plenty of times. What is this? Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. What a name on that. How many characters can you fit into one name? Probably that's pretty close to the limit. Okay, moving on here. I believe there are, yeah, there's definitely 2 secrets in this box. No, like, crazy chase cards, no Starlights or anything. Pulled another World Chalice Link monster, that's pretty nice. Goku Suprex, great Goku monster, obviously, because it special summons another Goku from your hand, then you can start off all of your combos. But like I said, at this point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, you know, Gokus were not that great. And that's one of the things that I noticed about this set in particular, is that as we got more and more cards, a lot of these cards got a lot better. So at this point, the Trickstar cards, not super impressive. You know, they really couldn't keep up with Zoodiacs especially. And also the Goku cards were pretty much garbage. But as we got more and more cards, as we got more and more releases, and as we got a big ban list that hit all the Zoodiac cards, a lot of the cards in the set got a lot better. Oh my gosh. Trickstar Reincarnation as our secret rare there, by the way. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now we have to pull a Candina. I can't remember how many Ultras we've pulled so far. I think it was actually 3, so I think we should still pull one more. But Trickstar Reincarnation, great card. Saw tons of competitive play for years. We also have Raikou Twilightsworn Fighter, one of my favorite Twilightsworn cards. I didn't think I would like it that much, but non-targeting removal turns out to be pretty darn good. I actually sort of recently, not really, like a year ago, played this card in a Lightsworn deck in a remote duel video. That was pretty fun. I like Lightsworns a lot. We have Mrs. Radiant. So one of the weird things about this time period, like kind of like I mentioned right there, is that Zoodiacs were the top dog. Like that's what everyone was playing. And this set really didn't change that, because while there were different decks that you could play, I mean, Zoodiac still had all of their cards. Also, what the hell is this thing? This is an Ultra Castle Link. Zoodiac still had pretty much all of their cards on a hit. You still had Trident, you still had Broad Bull, you still had Barrage and stuff. Rapier was at 2 copies per deck, and they did hit some non-Zoodiac cards that had been played in Zoodiac before, but as far as the actual Zoodiac engine, it was all still legal. And then this set comes around, and suddenly not only are Zoodiacs, like, I mean, they're already in a great spot, but also they're really good with Link monsters because Mrs. Radiant was probably one of the better Link monsters in the set. I know it sounds kind of funny nowadays, but just being a monster with good arrows that you can summon really easily made this card quite powerful, and it even boosted your Zoodiac monster's attack points. So Zoodiacs were a really good deck when this pack was released, and this pack made them kind of even better. Yes, Zoodiacs were affected by the Link summoning restrictions of Master Rule 4, but they also got that Link monster, Mrs. Radiant, and the rest of the deck was still pretty good. I believe there was, at YCS Toronto this year though, there was a Dinosaur FTK deck that topped with multiple copies of Firewall Dragon. That was pretty crazy as well. We have Traptrix Mantis, Recall, again there, Perry Knight's Treasure Panda, and Perform Pal, Trump Panda. A lot of pandas in this set. That's kind of crazy. Okay, 2 packs left here. I think we have pulled all the ultras and secrets that we can pull, so we shouldn't get anything too crazy out of the set. Oh, nice, Heavy Storm Duster. I totally forgot that was in this set. This card's great. I've used this card in tons of decks. I actually did not realize that that was in this set. I thought it was in Circuit Breaker. Apparently not. That was in Code of the Duelist. So you can kind of see here as we have gone through the box, there are a ton of cards in this set that saw competitive play. It's really cool going back here after 3.5 years and seeing all the cards. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, and this card as well. This card is currently banned. Very good card. Not very good at this point, but later on in the future it obviously would get so good that it had to be banned. Although they probably could have banned the Lyrilisc instead. But still, very good card and currently still banned even to this day. Anyway, that is all for today's video. I mean, what more could we have really asked for out of this box? We actually pulled 2 of the best secret rares in here. No Firewall Dragon, unfortunately, but these cards are great. We pulled some cool ultras and supers as well. That was a really cool opening, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.